How does the new wage-weighted H-1B lottery work? If you could give us some background on this first, that would be helpful.
Absolutely. So the Department of Labor, through its proposed rulemaking, and then, of course, the Department of Homeland Security decided to bring in this change for the FY 2027, which means the H-1B registration that we submitted in March of 2026 technically kick in as of October 1 of this year, which translates to fiscal year 2027. The registration process or the registration window still remains the same. It will likely be in the first 2 weeks of March. Again, we're waiting for the dates. It's not confirmed yet, but that's typically the timeline. USCIS will open up the registration window at noon Eastern on the first Monday of the month and close it at noon Eastern on the following Friday of the month. And then what it does is the employers create registration accounts and then go ahead and fill out the attorneys, if they have a legal representative, will fill out the registration application after doing all the initial groundwork to get to that point. Now, to get to your question about what the wage-based selection is all about, it's about the wage levels that are essentially assigned by the Department of Labor to a particular position. So each position has a standard occupational code, and then there's the geographical location where the beneficiary will be performing the work out of. So when we go and pick wages for a particular beneficiary, so let's say a company comes to us and says that this job, for this position, we are paying $80,000 a year, and the minimum requirements of this position are a bachelor's plus 2 years of work experience, or just a bachelor's degree. So then we have to first decide whether it's an entry-level position, is it a level 2 position, it's a level 3 or a level 4. Level 1 is generally for entry levels, for people who are usually fresh out of college and are starting their first job. Level 2 is for people with some years of experience on top of their bachelor's or master's. Level 3 is for mid-level employees, and level 4 is obviously for very senior level employees. If the company comes with an entry-level position and says that this is the wage we're offering, and the wage level for that position lands at level 1 as per the Department of Labor assignment, then that way, when we register that beneficiary for the H-1B lottery, they'll have one entry in the H-1B lottery, or max of two bites at the apple. One, if they have a master's or a higher degree from a qualified U.S. institution. So they first get put in the bachelor's lottery. If they don't get selected, they'll get one more chance in the cap, the 20,000 cap that is assigned to master's degree exemptions. And then this pattern follows for the other wage level. Also, wage level 2 will get 2 shots in the bachelor's lottery, 2 shots in the master's lottery. Wage level 3 will get 3 shots in the bachelor's lottery, and if they don't get selected in that, they'll be put into the master's lottery, and their name will be run 3 times. And then you go on to the 4th, which is the exact same explanation. So what this really means is the higher the wage level, the more bites at the apple you get. And whether or not you're counted in the master's lottery is strictly dependent on whether you have a master's or a higher degree from a qualified U.S. institution. If you have a master's degree from a foreign university, then you would only be part of the bachelor's lottery. So in that case, with a level 1 entry, you'll get 1 bite at the bachelor's lottery. With a level 2 entry, you'll get 2 bites at the bachelor's lottery, and so on. So this is the wage-based selection. So what this really translates into, the higher your wages, the more likely you're to be selected for the H-1B registration.
So